live on Mosier Angus Farm. I'm going to be a freshman at BCW High School. I'm involved in choir, the plays, band, FFA, 4-H. I've been in 4-H for 5 years, and we show cattle with 4-H, me and my sister do. We do non-livestock projects, which include sewing, foods, child development, home improvement, woodworking, about anything you can think of you can use as a 4-H project. 4-H is important to me because you get to learn a lot of different aspects of life. If I wasn't in 4-H, I wouldn't be learning all the leadership skills I am now. I just went to a leadership camp. We got back yesterday, and they were teaching us many different leadership skills that we can continue through our life, and those have really helped me be the person I am today, and I can lead groups better because of what I've learned in 4-H. They help with citizenship activities. That would include helping out in your community, helping out in your club, many other things. And so that has really helped me be a better citizen with my community for sure. There's a lot of things in 4-H that I probably wouldn't be doing if I wasn't in 4-H, which probably would include woodworking. I don't do a lot of wood stuff, but when I'm in 4-H, I do more of it because they encourage us to keep trying different things, and that I've been trying new things. So at the fair, we've been having Egg Day and STEM Day, and that has gotten a lot more kids out to the fair, and I enjoy that because then those kids can get to see a different side of agriculture than what they think maybe of agriculture. They can see the actual animals because usually when they're at home they don't think, okay, it's meat, whatever. They don't think of where it actually comes from, and I think that's the cool part of that. And they get to learn some of the things we're learning in 4-H, not technically everything, but they get to see some parts of it, which is really cool. And seeing their faces light up and all that, it's really neat.
I'm Lauren Mosier. I live on Mosier Angus Farm, and I'm 16 years old. I've been in 4-H for 6 years now, and I love 4-H. We are purebred Angus breeders, and so we raise purebred Angus cattle. And so, of course, Leah and I show purebred Angus cattle at the county fair and state fair. We are involved in lots of activities with school and church. We're involved in band and choir and drama and silver cord, which is a community service deal. And then with church, we help with VBS, and we were involved in the little church plays and at wintertime. But 4-H means to me a lot of things. It's taught at State Fair. It's taught us time management. It's taught us speaking skills with taking presentations down. It's taught us how we need to have the right notebook go with the right project and have it all labeled right, because we don't want to have that mixed up. And 4-H has also taught me a lot of leadership skills and a lot of communication skills, because we do educational presentation every year and a working exhibit. And the educational presentation is getting up in front of an audience and talking to them about one particular subject and making sure you have your intro, your 3 points, your body, and your conclusion. And with the working exhibit aspect, we're getting out in front of people and doing an activity with them and making sure that they take home something that they learned about and that they can use later in life. With 4-H, we take the calves, of course, and then we've also got non-livestock projects. We've got, well, Leah mentioned woodworking, and there's home improvement, food nutrition. With the food nutrition, we take lots of projects. We've taken muffins, yeast rolls, banana bread, you name it, we've probably taken it. Not pizza, though. with Leah's sitting over there going, what? We've done child development, which is like taking a poster about texting and driving, and or one about joining 4-H. It's how you can expand your knowledge in one particular area. We learned the skills to deal with the animals with our dad, mainly, right, Leah? And grandpa too. The main skills were learned when we were young. We were always brought out into the cattle lot, and we helped work them. We helped work calves. We had to pull calves' tails up, and while Dad castrated them, and you know, we've done it a lot of different things, and that's how we've learned. If we screamed in a cattle lot, we always got in trouble because that's not the way we handle cattle. We've learned to give shots. We've done, oh, Leah, help me. We've done implants. We've done we've done ear tagging, all the different aspects. And the fun thing is, for me, in the spring when we go out and see the new baby calves and put ear tags in and give them their stuff, as Dad calls it, before they can come, or before the 12 hours is up for the medicine. And so that's important to us, to me especially, because that's the basic building block for what our 4-H calves can potentially be. When the heifers are here, we get to see the AIing process, and that is especially cool because now that Leah and I are a little bit older, we get to start picking the bulls that we put with the heifers and the genetic lineup, and that is so cool because some bulls will have this to go with the heifer and other bulls will lack this, but they'll have another quality that we want in this heifer to create the best calf that we can possibly have. So that's another thing that's neat, how we kind of grew up. He oversees them a lot because just a lot, because he wants the best possible calf out of this heifer that we have. And so he does a lot of the picking for us, and he narrows it down for us. I mean, if we were given a whole catalog of bulls, we couldn't, we'd be there all day trying to figure out the right one. How we get the calves ready for fair is every morning we bring them up and they go into, or we feed them, and then we catch them by halter, and then we rinse them, and then depending on the morning we'll go and walk them up and down the road, or we will blow them out or give them a bath so that they're nice and clean. And before we can bring them in the barn, we have to make sure the barn is nice and clean, because dirty barns aren't where clean calves go. So cleaning the barn, and then we've got to then we bring them in, and then sometimes we work them on show stick in the morning. Otherwise, then we are off to do our daily tasks, whatever that may be, fixing fence, cutting thistles, whatever. Then at night, the big thing is to get them out and water them. Well, we water them in between in between morning chores and night chores, but we water them, and then we most likely will take them out and work them on show stick again if we didn't work them on in the morning. And then they get rinsed, and then we always make sure that they are nice and cool before they go back to their pens, because then they eat good. And then we feed them. And that's pretty much chores. When it comes to the steers, the rate of gain is how much they're gaining every pound of gain every time they eat. So we want them to be gaining between 3 and 4 pounds a day, and rinsing them helps that number go up. And so when they eat more, when they get rinsed, then they eat more, and so that increases rate of gain.
So we're going to be feeding Lauren's heifer, and we're feeding her supplement for her protein, and we're feeding her 1 pound of that, and then she's getting 6 pounds of cracked corn. And we crack our corn because it's easier for the cattle to digest. And she's getting this morning and night. This calf has been in our pen for the whole year. We did not take him to county fair, so they don't have to select them from county fair to go to state fair. I have showed cattle at state fair. I've had a couple non-livestock projects go. This year I'll be taking a steer down for the Beef and Merit show on Tuesday, and I'm going to have a couple non-livestock projects down there in the exhibit building.
I'm, as well as Leah, involved in FFA and 4-H, so this is going to help. It's just the foundation of the rest of your life. 4-H unfortunately doesn't last as long as FFA, or doesn't go as far into your life as FFA does. And the new aspect that I'm looking at is keeping track of records, and that we've all had it with the 4-H part of it, but the record keeping of FFA is awesome, and as well as 4-H. But I think that's going to help me a lot in the future. And then I guess the next path would be to go to college and then come back home and live on the farm and work here. But 4-H and FFA have taught a lot of things to me.
So you expect the farm to be your life?
Yeah. Yes, I want the farm to be my life, as well as Leah's. I don't want to, sisterly love here. We get them in, we wash them, and then make sure they're nice and clean, dry them off, and then we feed them and get that part over with, and make them look as full as we possibly can, because a big full calf means that he's been growing well. And then we let him lay a bit this morning because we had a little bit of extra time, and so now we start the fitting process. So we do the legs first, so that's how I do it anyway. Some people will tell you different. I start with the legs, and then we do the tail head to make them look like a square, and then we do the tail if they have a tail, but this guy doesn't have a tail. The reason that we fit the calf, or at least the legs anyway, is to make the bones look bigger, because a big solid structured calf looks good.
Tell me how long you guys have been up here at the fair and what's happened so far.
We have been up at the fair for, let's see, this is day 4. Whoops, that's and this is 5. This is day 8. And last week we were here for FFA, and this week we're here for 4-H.
I thought the show went good. We knew Lauren and I both knew that we weren't probably going to get first or second, but I thought it went well. I'll be honest, I didn't even hear what the judges' comments were. But I don't know. The main thing for us is always like improving on showmanship. So that's kind of what I want to get better about.
If I wasn't showing calves, the calves, we wouldn't have feedlot calves at home, and we wouldn't have heifers at home. Cow-calf pairs wouldn't be home. Feedlot calves would be in the feedlot, of course. Heifers would be in a pasture right now with a bull, and cows would be in a pasture that either going to be AI'd or with a bull. So if we didn't have 4-H projects here at home, we would be pretty darn bored.